Hey, guys. Happy Thursday. I'm here today. I do want to ask a quick favor for anyone that's watching on Facebook or not watching on Facebook. Anyone that's watching, can you let me know if you're watching on Facebook? Because I just had like a notification come up and it said that from June 10th, which was yesterday, was it? Or the day before? Um, you now can't post these lives on your through Facebook. You can't stream through Facebook unless you're on your professional page, which I never use. I do have one, so I might either need to get people to follow me on my professional account, which I don't like doing, or follow across on like YouTube or LinkedIn because they're the other two places I go live more regularly. Instagram I'm hit and miss because it's a faff to set up. And this is the thing, Meta are making it so difficult to like do the things to connect with your people. I think that's why so many creators are now leaving. Like me and Cam were talking the other day about we've got a Facebook group and it's good, but like we've got two. We've got one for our clients and one for our non-clients. But it's like, oh, for our clients, like I wish I had like a different place where we could put all of our like education in kind of like one slot or different slots depending on like topics. So for example, we could have like a sleep area, sounds nice, like a sleep area, a nutrition area, an exercise area. And even though you can do that under guide, it's not as easy to find as like some of the apps that I use for like my courses. But then it's a battle of like getting people to learn a new app as well. So I don't know. But they are making it more difficult to go live. So I'm either going to have to, and like TikTok, I don't even know my second phone is. I'm not on TikTok as much either. So I'm either going to have to set up my second phone or my laptop and go live on my profile that way, because I think it's like stopping the third-party apps. Or, I don't know, you'll have to move. Well, I have to go live on my other account. But then most of my followers aren't on my professional account. Oh, I'm not on a professional account. I'm on a creator account, I think. Oh, I don't know, guys. You have to tell me. You have to tell me if you're watching on Facebook. Anyway, so today we started a conversation last night, Cam and I, we spoke about a little bit about fasting for weight loss. I feel like I should have done this on TikTok because this is the kind of stuff TikTok love. They freaking love what's the word, like a hype. They love like really hard rules. They love these kind of like go hard or go home. Yeah, I fast because that's what I read in one book. It's like to lose weight, guys, is very, very simple. Okay, the rules to lose weight. Write this down. The number one rule is calories in versus calories out. That is it. That is all it is. There's nothing special about anything else. If you burn more calories than you consume, you will lose weight. Okay, that's the energy cannot be created or destroyed, right? Someone said that? Newton? Is it Newton? Was it someone else? Some famous scientist said that anyway, and it's very true. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It's just moved, right? So when you eat food, there's energy in the food that comes from like the cow or comes from the ground or whatever. And then it's either excreted or you breathe it out or you sweat it out or it's stored as fat. That's what happens to your food. Literally, they are like pretty much the only things that can happen to your food. It can be stored, obviously, depending on the food that you eat. For example, protein can be stored in muscle. Fat can be a little bit stored in muscle, but mostly, as in like, carbs can be stored in muscle. But mostly protein is going to be the best thing to eat for use because we use a lot of it to digest. We use a lot of calories to digest it. So if you eat 100 grams of protein, 100 calories of protein, I should say, eat 100 calories of protein, you actually only absorb like 70 of those calories. So you actually don't even eat all of the calories that you put in your mouth, right? So where does that calories or that energy and calories are the same thing? I'm just going to use them back and forth. Or someone just liked it on Facebook. So maybe I am live on Facebook. I was just saying that I can't actually go live, but apparently I can. So where does that energy go? The 30 calories, the 20 to 30 calories. It's digestion. So when you're like eating, when your mouth is salivating and it's like putting saliva into your mouth, and then it goes down, down the GI tract, which is very, very strong in itself. It goes like this. So GI tract does to like push it down. So that is moving, and then obviously the acid in the stomach trying to like break up the food, and then goes through your intestines, and it pulls out the foods that we need or the parts that we need, and then comes out the other end. So that's basically what happens to food when it goes through your body. And so when you absorb the calories, depending on the food type, it goes to different areas of your body. I don't mean it goes to your belly or it goes to your arms or it goes to, no, it goes to like the liver, it goes to the kidneys, it goes to the brain, it goes to the muscles. Like they go to different parts. And any excess calories or excess in glucose, because your insulin levels are off, or your insulin resistant maybe, then any excess carbs or sugars then get stored as fat, the excess. So if you want to fast, it doesn't matter. It's not going to help you lose weight any better, like logically. So some people say like, well, I do the 16-8. Oh, side note, didn't the guy that like discovered or was famous for the 5-2 die yesterday? I'm not sure. So I did to go about fasting. So I've got a friend that fasts, and he's also a coach, and he teaches people how to lose weight through fasting. So I'm not saying it can't work. What I'm saying is the fundamentals are you're eating less calories than you're burning. Yeah, that's right around. So let's say you say your maintenance is 2,000 calories, right? Let's pop 2,000 out. So maintenance is 2,000 calories. You eat 2,000 calories, you don't lose weight, you don't gain weight, you just, all right, you might go up or down like half a pound day to day kind of thing, but generally your average is flat. What happens if you eat 2,500 calories, 2,200 calories? Your weight is going to go up, right? Because you're now in a surplus. If you eat 1,800 calories, your weight's going to go down. 1,500 calories, your weight's going to go up because you're in a deficit. That is what a calorie deficit is. You can't say I'm in a 1,800 calorie deficit, right? Because you're eating 1,800. No, you're in a 200 calorie deficit in that case, because your maintenance is 2,000, you're eating 1,800 and losing weight. So that is a 200 calorie difference, which is your deficit. What would happen if I eat 2,000 calories in one meal? What happens? Nothing. Your weight stays the same. Do you know why? Because you're still at 2,000 calories. That's why. What about if you ate 2,500 calories while fasting? Would you lose weight? No, you'd gain it because you're still in a surplus. So what would happen if you ate 1,500 or 1,800 calories while you're fasting? Or not while you're fasting, like in your eating window. So you're doing intermittent fasting, you're eating 1,800 calories, what's happening to your weight? You lose it. But what if you ate those 1,800 calories throughout the day? You had 6 meals, for example, 4, 3, whatever you want to say. But you're eating throughout the day. You start eating at 7 when you wake up, and you stop eating at 9 before you go to bed. What happens? 1,800 calories. You lose weight. And it's not because it's 1,800 calories, generally. For me, it might be more or less. But it is because you're eating in deficit if your maintenance is 2,000. So for people to argue that fasting helps you lose weight quicker, it's untrue. So please don't get wrapped up in the one book that you read that says, yeah, but fasting works. It does work, but so does just calorie counting in general. What fasting does offer is an opportunity to have a deadline, to stop eating. So when do people mostly fast? They fast from like 7 till 10 or 7 till 12 or whatever time it's going to be. So you stop eating in the evening, like after your last meal at 8 or 7 or whatever, and then you skip breakfast and then you start eating at 12, or whatever time you start, right? There's no magic numbers, despite what people tell you. So when that happens, you skip breakfast and then you starve for the rest of the day, and then you eat a lot of calories later on in the day because your glucose levels aren't ready for the day. You haven't like set your brain up properly, so energy is going to suffer for the rest of the day. And when you do start to eat, you're going to be like, oh my God, that was so good. I'm really hungry now. I'm going to keep eating. But if you go into fast, because I don't know why you would, because you read a book, you read one book instead of the thousands of studies, you read one book that says intermittent fasting is good. Oh, good for you. Now, what you should do instead is fast after 4. Or like choose an 8-hour window if that's what you're going to do. Some people do different amounts, but if you're going to do 8, which is the most popular one, you would fast in the night. And let's get this clear. If you sleep, let's say you slept 8 p.m. till 8 a.m., that's a 12-hour fast. If you sleep 10 till 8, what's that? 10-hour fast. You are fasting when you're asleep. You don't need to like not eat for the rest of the day, for another few hours. You're already fasting. You've already given your body a break, your digestive system a break. So you do not need to lengthen that period of not eating. But if for whatever reason you do want to fast, because it's a placebo, and you're like, yeah, when I fast, I always lose weight, I would recommend fasting in the evening. So stop eating after 4, for example. So 4 o'clock comes, you have your last meal, that's it. You don't eat until the next morning. It is much more important to have breakfast than like an evening meal. So why is that? Why is it better to fast in the afternoon, / evening / night, than in the day? Well, first of all, most people binge at night. That's when most people grab the chocolate or the crisps or the popcorn or, the treats. But if you are not allowed to eat after 4, that's that. Can't do it. Like, you got to follow the rules or you don't. You can't just go, oh, well, I'm kind of fasting, but I'm going to just have this chocolate bar. That's not how it works. If you're fasting, you're fasting, which means nothing except for water. I wouldn't advise black coffee in the evening because that'll disturb your sleep and that will wipe off any benefits. But you've got to stop eating basically after 4 or 5, whatever time your thing is. And then you start eating again in the morning with a high fiber, high protein breakfast. You can add some probiotics in there. Great. This is perfect. I got a yogurt in there. Fantastic. But why would fasting work otherwise? Well, I skip breakfast today and I still lose weight. That's because you literally cut off 400 calories off your day. That's all it is. You're literally just cutting calories. And there's so many different scientists out there that say, well, if you fast for 4 days, it starts this. And if you fast for 3 weeks, it's this. I don't think this is necessary. If you can't go a week without chocolate or a week without wine or a week without any processed foods, you don't need to worry about the fucking brown fat versus the fucking green fat problem. You need to worry about what you're putting in your mouth, not when you put it in. And that's the other thing, guys. Like, you could fast and only have like a Domino's a day. You might still be losing your calories, who knows? But what's going to happen is that you're going to feel like shit after a while. Your first few days, you're like, yes, I get to have a Domino's every single day. Fuck you, everyone else. And you might start to lose weight. But you're going to feel terrible after a few days of only eating Domino's. So, although I'm saying it's calories in versus calories out, the quality of those calories also matter just as much, if not more, I would say. I was with my buddy Alan, an hour ago, and he was talking about the study or some research that they were eating in a surplus, but the surplus was in protein, and the studies, so what they call participants, were actually losing weight because he didn't know where the energy went actually, because I don't know, but it's because of the amount of it burns while you eat, but also excess calories, or surplus calories, or like more calories give you more energy. More calories equals more energy, and when you've got more energy, you're going to do different things. I fucked this up today, so I'll try something new. I fucked it up. But new more energy equals more things. So like maybe you will fidget a little bit more. Maybe you'll get up instead of like asking your partner to pass you something. Maybe you'll just get up and do it yourself. And you have all these extra like little movements throughout the day, which means you're going to burn more calories, and you end up burning more than you would have if you were in such a severe deficit. So if everything is controlled, you can eat whenever you bloody want. Again, I don't recommend eating in the evening, but you would still lose weight. Yeah, you still lose weight if you fast in the morning. You just wouldn't feel as good through the rest of the day. And I was saying this to someone the other day, like, you could hit your goal weight. You could lose weight. But look like shit and feel like shit. You know, like those skinny fat people. You're just like a smaller version of yourself. You're still unhappy because you haven't learned how to like make your body look good. You've just lost weight. A lot of it will be water, and then some of it will be fat and some of it will be muscle. Or it's because you're too scared to go out with your friends now or your family, because what if I undo? I suffered for so long on this diet. I was fasting and and that's the thing with fasting. Got to fast in the evening. That means meals with family and friends are out the window. Not doing that. But yeah, when you do hit your goal weight, however you get there, you know, you might just be miserable because you can't go out with friends because you're scared about calories in food, and because you don't actually understand macros or how to make good choices or how to balance off the scales. When you do overeat and have these like special occasions, you don't know how to track calories in restaurants, even though they've got it on the menu. They don't always add up. I'm telling you that. So if you're fasting, it can work, but it's because you're eating less, essentially. So anyone want to argue with me? I am down for the debate. Can't argue with science, can you? So if you do calorie counting, I mean, you could do calorie counting and fasting. I wouldn't put so much pressure on myself, though. I would just choose calorie counting. Because why calorie counting over intermittent fasting? It's because you are now learning foods. You're now learning about the nutritional value of foods. You're learning about macros. You're learning how many calories your body needs, because that calculator, hate to tell you this, the calculator doesn't have a bloody clue. Calculator would say me and someone else the same height, same activity level, same weight would burn the same amount of calories. But that person may have an underactive thyroid. I may have an underactive thyroid. I may class myself as active because I go to the gym for like 2 hours a day. But actually, that person, person number two, works like a labourer job and is literally active all day. The rest of the day, out of the 2 hours, I'm sat at my desk and working. So I'm not active. Perhaps, here's another one. Perhaps I'm on my period, or I'm just running up to my period, which means I'm burning more calories. So my maintenance would be different. But the calorie calculators do not understand this. And then you've got macros. Even a macro calculator, do you know what really annoys me, guys? It's when I like, how much protein do you eat? And they're like 30%. I'm like, there's not a fucking number. Because that will change whether you're eating 1,200 calories or 4,000 calories. Your protein target will change. You need a solid protein target that you aim for every single day and then you hit every single day. Then you define a target. I don't do like net carbs or whatever the one is, total carbs, net carbs. I just do carbs. So I make sure I have a protein target, then a fiber target, then a fat target, And then a carb target. Well, it's not even target, it's just the rest of your food. That is the way to build your food so that you can lose weight. In that order. Those macros, in that order. If you can't hit your protein, forget everything else. Just concentrate on that until you nail it. When you can hit your protein, go into fiber. How many calories am I supposed to be eating? Doesn't matter. Hit your protein, hit your fiber. That is it. When you've done that, fats. How many calories am I supposed to? It doesn't matter. Do not give a shit about the calories until you can hit your macros. And then, when we do change your calories, you have now learned what foods are in protein, what foods are in fiber, what foods are in, or what foods are fats in. How can I manipulate this number to get the calories up or down without sacrificing the quality of my nutrition? They can. So that is the order that you need to be thinking about, right? You do not need to be thinking about time of eating. You need to be thinking about what am I eating and how much of that thing am I eating. So that's basically it. Fasting can work because you're literally cutting calories, but so does cutting calories. You can eat your deficit number, wherever that is, across 3 hours a day or all the way across 12 hours a day, whatever works for you. And that's how you're going to lose weight. There's nothing magic about fasting. So if that was helpful, guys, I'm going to get ready. We are going out for breakfast. Someone's coming to install some aircon in the bedroom because it is so hot. I want to go back to the fan on all day. So someone's going to come and install aircon for us. And then we're going for like a long walk around this lake. And then we're going to the movies, the cinema, to see Inside Out 2. I'm very excited about it. I think it's out everywhere today. I think today is the day. So I'm excited to see that. The kings of storytelling themselves. Can't watch films anymore because or TV programs. Because I'm always like, oh, what's that? What's that story? How do I relate to that? How does the audience relate to that? I'm like, really, I'm deep in it. So that is it. Any questions, let me know. Otherwise, see you soon when I do another one of these. Have a good weekend, guys.